everyone, welcome back to Technical Jyoti YouTube channel. In today's session, we are going to explore JRS reporting services. So let's get started. So these are today's agenda. We are going to cover the following topics. That is, what are JRS components and choosing the right data source for report builder. And we're going to also look at table where we're going to see the difference between the different data sources. That is lifecycle query engine as well as the data warehouse. At the end, we are also going to see a small demo how we can create a simple JRS reports in JRS application. So let's start with the session. So first is JRS reporting service components. So basically, JRS reporting service is the default reporting tool for the IBM Engineering Lifecycle Management solutions. JRS reporting service uses three components to create report across products. First is report builder. Basically, it will provide easy to use interface where you can create your own reports or run predefined reports. Second, lifecycle query engine. It will indexes the data from across your projects for near live reporting and reporting on configurations. Third one is data collection component. So it will gather the data from across your projects into the data warehouse for your reports. Now, second is choosing the right data source for your report builder. So before understanding this, first we'll check the data sources. So you can report on current data, historical trends, configuration, and other relationships among data. You can aggregate data into bigger picture or drill down into more details. So your reports can use one of these following data sources. First one is lifecycle query engine. So basically, an index of current lifecycle data. If you're using configurations, your report includes all the versions of each artifact type across these configurations. Second is lifecycle query engine, which will scope by configuration. So an index of version artifact grouped into a configuration is a lifecycle query engine scope by configuration. And third one is data warehouse. So basically, data collection component collects the data from the application and stores in the built-in data warehouse for reporting. Reports reflects the state of the data where it was loaded into the data warehouse. The frequency can be as low as 10 minutes. Now we are going to see choosing the right, which one is the right data source for report builder. So for that, for your data sources, you can use either lifecycle query engine or the data warehouse. So for data warehouse, the data collection components request changes from where IBM Engineering Lifecycle Management applications, and the changes are sent to the relational databases. For the lifecycle query engine, the lifecycle query engine will request changes from the engineering lifecycle management, and lifecycle query engine stores and indexes the information locally. So basically, LQ will stores the information locally, and the data where information will be sent to relation database. Now we're going to see the decision table. So here you can see data. There is a comparison between data warehouse and lifecycle query engine. So based on some following parameters, like first one is report on version data in configurations and components. So for when you have to gather reports for the version data, so then lifecycle query engine will be the best suitable for it. And if you want to some data from the historical trends, then both are good. Now this is for specific elements. If you want for DNG, right? If you want to get view results, tags, or for from RQM, test management, lab management, all these things, this is possible in data warehouse. Even active results, all these details you can gather it from the data warehouse. And if you have more than 5 million resources in the project and you want to report on, so for that all the resources you can get the information from both the reports. So these are like some hardware configuration, how much it is required. So for hardware, if it is having minimum of 24 CPU and 96 GB RAM, then you can check for LQ how we can configure it. So ready to use and ready to copy reports, you can get it from the data warehouse. So if you want to gather lifecycle management applications, so both is suitable for you. Now query languages, in data warehouse it will going to use SQL, and lifecycle query engine it will going to use SparkQL. So these all are references. So for if you guys want more details about JRS, then you can refer all these references. So let's move to the demo session. So I'm going to explain step by step. Like first step will be to see if JRS is installed or not. Right? Suppose if it is not installed, then what procedure you need to follow. So first of all, you need to install JRS through Installation Manager. So for that, you can go and click on this install icon. And here you can see JRS component. So this section, JRS Reporting Services, you need to click on it and you need to install it. So you already know how to install this. If you have referred my previous existing ELM installation, so from there you can understand it. So you need to just select it and click on next, right? As it is already installed, so I'm not going to install. Even if you want to install it more, then you can install in different packages. So it is already installed in my local machine, so I'm not going to do it. And for your reference, I'm just explaining, like from here you can click on it and you can install it if it is not installed in your machine. Now next, if you want to check whether it has been installed or not, go to File, View Install Packages. Here you can see all the application which has been installed. So just verify JRS Reporting Services installed. So once you have installed JRS through Installation Manager, then your next step will be to hit this URL, that is your domain name colon your port number for ELM and slash JTS slash custom set like setup. So I am using custom setup, that's why its URL is custom setup. Here it will be like JTS slash setup. So this will be setup. Now here I need to click on custom setup, and as it is already configured in my machine, so I'm not going to repeat the same thing. For that, you need to verify, like you need to follow all the procedure for this one, that is data collection components, and you need to configure the steps here, and as well as lifecycle query engine report builder and the finish setup. So all these are important for the JRS to configure. So once it is done, then you will try to access the DCC component, DCC slash admin, and you can go and data warehouse connections. So you will get all this information like all username, password, consumer key. Here if you go to data collection jobs, click on here to see all the data collection jobs which has been configured. So for the time being, if you want the data like latest data be some corrupted data happens, latest data you need it, so it would be prefer to run all the data warehouse collection jobs at least once time before getting the report. So click on run all database collection jobs. So when it will comes to running state, and once it will back to idle state, then you can start generating the reports. For reporting generating reports, you need to hit this URL, that is rs/report. Hit this URL. Sorry, it's my bad. rs/report. rs/reports. hit this one. So once you will hit RS report, you will get a button to create a new report. So before that, you might get some error when first time you are doing it. You might get error. This page will not load. You might get some error that it has not been data source has not been configured. So for that, if you are getting that error, so make sure you need to resolve it. So how you can do it? So you need to go to your host name colon 943 and RS setup. This is important, guys. So you need to click on this, and once it is clicked, then what will happen inside this settings icon, you can go to data sources and you can see all the data sources which has been configured automatically. It will going to configure automatically. You don't need to do it manually also. So here you can see it has been configured. Now data you are getting it. Initially it might seem you empty. So if it is showing you as empty, then do one thing. Go to this URL rs/setup and configure it. I hope you understood it right. Now next thing, we're going to create a report. So building new report, what you guys need to do, click on build report. We are going to get the current data. So click on current data, then click on continue. Click on current data, click on continue. Select the project area. I'm selecting this project area. Click on continue. Here as I'm going to show you demo on all the fetch all the priority which is highest priority, all the work item which is having highest priority. See, now I'm not going to select defect, but I am having a defect 20 already available in my project which is having a high priority. So we're going to verify whether this defect 20 is also coming in the report or not. As we have not selected, it won't come. So I am selecting this much work item types, story and task. Here I don't want to get generate any report from the quality management and requirements management, so I will ignore it. And nothing from this side. Now as I don't want any linking, want to generate reports from different applications where it has been linked, all this linking kind of information, I don't need it right now, so I am ignoring it. Here you can put your own conditions, and even you can set some attributes. So what I will do here, I am going to select priority and priority as high. So it will list all the work item which is having priority as high, but only work item from this types only, epic, story and task. I have added this condition. Now you can do one thing, you can move up, down, this you can do it, right? And even you can do sorting also. If you want to set some color, you can set some colors also. So in this way you can configure it. Here you can like based on some attribute values, you can provide some calculation, custom expressions for inside the reports. You can gather that kind of report also. Now I'm clicking on continue, and I need to put some report name. So high priority is a report. I will put a tag inside test. So here you inside privacy setting, you can make it visible to everyone, or you can make it to public also. So I will make it public, and you can who are the owners for this report, you can select the names who will be the report owners, so they will able to configure it. Now inside one folder also, all the report will be stored inside one folder, so you can select the root path. Now click on OK, and what will happen, your report will be generated. You can save it. So your report saved. Now from test work items, all is work item generated. We could have done it one thing. what is the type of the work item, right? It is not listed over here, so we'll go back. So for that, what you guys need to do, first we're going to select our report. This high priority is our report. I'm going to click on it. I will going to click on edit, and we're going to add one more column, right? That is work item type. Here I will add type. Now click on continue. Click on continue. Now you can see epic task and story only this work item type is showing. Even we have already seen that defect 20 was also having higher priority, but it is not reflecting inside the report. So it is following all the conditions. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you like the video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.